Revs Baseball on WOYK is brought to you by People's Bank, WellSpan Sports Medicine, Maple Donuts, Broadway Transmission, Flying Feet, Dasher Investment Services, the law offices of Griffith, Strickler, Lerman, Solomus, and Calkins, York Mitsubishi, Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care, York Dental Sleep Therapy, Mad Dash, Pennsylvania Lottery, Neighborhood Family Markets, PSECU, Kona Ice, Smith, Mayer, and Little, Commonwealth Connections Academy, Downtown Inc., and United Way of York County.
Swing and a deep drive to right field. Watch this one go. He fires. Game over. Base hit. It's a fair ball. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. He slides. He's in. Revs win it.
Now with today's York Revolution pregame show, here's Will DeBoer.
At People's Bank Park in York, Pennsylvania, it's the York Revolution and the Long Island Ducks in Atlantic League baseball action. Well, the Revs are going to try and restart the offensive machine. Through their first 22 games, they scored 6.4 runs per game. Over the last two, one. Half a run per game in those games as they dropped their first home series to the Lancaster Barnstormers, losing Saturday 5-0 and Sunday 3-1. The Revs still hold the best record in the Atlantic League at 26-18, their best start in franchise history. They will go up against a Long Island Ducks team that's 24-19, just as good at home and just as bad on the road. 8-12 are the Ducks away from Bethpage Ballpark. The Revs 17-7 at the friendly confines. They will try and continue that trend and restart the offense tonight. Hello everybody, Will DeBoer with you high above the surface here at People's Bank Park on a picture-perfect Tuesday evening in downtown York, Pennsylvania. 78 degrees right now, not a cloud in the sky. The wind's been whipping a bit more violently than we have been used to. The flag flying straight out from left to right, the sort of thing you would see in a recruiting video for the Army. The flag taut, and you can see every star on that flag. It also means we got to secure our papers in this booth here, otherwise we're going to be flying all over the place as well. Starting pitching matchup tonight in this windy weather for the Revs. Tony Pena getting his 5th start, 10th appearance overall, 4-0 with a 3.57 ERA, coming off of a win at the first of the month at Bridgeport. Allowed 2 runs on 4 hits, 4 walks uncharacteristically in 5 innings of work, but he was able to benefit from the run support the Revs gave him. He left leading 7-2, and the Revs held on to win 8-6. For the Long Island Ducks, known for their starting pitching, the Revs are going to get lucky. They're running into the back end of the Long Island rotation, starting with lefty Darren Downs tonight, making his 9th start of the season. 3-2 with a 5.07 ERA, coming off of a loss against the Barnstormers on June 1st in Lancaster, where he allowed 7 runs on 8 hits and 5 innings of work. So Darren Downs, the Revs are hoping, will have a similar nightmare flashback, pitching not 30 miles away, just to the west here in Pennsylvania, and they'll look to tag the lefty with their right-handed onslaught. We will go to a commercial break. When we come back, I had the chance to interview Ron Scutters before the pregame. Before the game, rather. Before the pregame is before the before game. It's a Tuesday. I've had a day off. And after that is the Broadway Transmission Managers Report. At least I remember them. All that and much more on this fine radio program. Fine by some definition. So thanks for joining us on a Tuesday evening here on the WOYK Revs pregame show.
Looking for something cool to do this weekend? Come to the coolest place in town and learn to play hockey or figure skate at the York Ice Arena. The York Ice Arena offers a Learn to Skate program for skaters of all ages and abilities, directed by ISA and USFSA qualified instructors. Skating classes range from beginner to freestyle. Hockey classes cover the basics of the game. All classes include free skate rental and 5 free skating passes, so you can try out your new skills. And remember, the coolest place in town is also available available for the coolest birthday party in town. Host your birthday bash in group spaces or with a private ice rental. Public skating at the York Ice Arena is available afternoons, evenings, and weekends. Skate for just $7 and rent your skates for just $3. Plus, you can save with discount passbooks. Oh, and ask about gift cards and kids' prepaid debit cards. So if you're looking to learn something cool, come to the coolest place in town and learn to skate at the York Ice Arena. For more information and to register, go to yorkskate.com. Get into the ball game with great savings and great weekly specials at your Sure Save neighborhood markets. Use your gold card every time you shop, and you automatically receive savings and rewards. And get incredible deals on the new Best Yet brand products at Sobel's Markets, Wetzel's Market, and also at Nell's Market Fresh Foods. Always a hit and always great savings.
Join me, Steve Zabin, mornings at 6 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Welcome back to the WOYK Revs pregame show. Revs and Ducks set to get going on a Tuesday night, opening up a 3-game series in a stretch where these two teams will play each other 10 times over the next 24 days. Much more on that later. Ron Scutters, the lefty specialist for the Revs, expanding his role to facing some right-handers as well, and he has really settled in and become a key part of the bullpen. I had the chance to speak with him before the game. Let's take a listen.
We're talking to Ron Scutters, relief pitcher for the Revs. Ron, you really have settled into a groove in the last couple of weeks here. What have you been doing to stay in that groove?
Just keeping myself in motion at all times, learning from these guys. Try to have a routine, day in, day out. You work, whatever it is you need to work on that day, and do the best to prepare yourself for every game.
What are some things that the veterans have taught you as this season has gone on?
Mindset. You got to lock in when you got to lock in. It's like they say, it's very mental. It's all mental in this game. You can do preparation has something to do with it, but mostly you got to go in there and attack.
What are some things that you are conscious of that you are doing better this year than you did in years past?
Man, that's tough. Definitely locking in a little bit better. I'm getting a feel for my mechanics a little bit more, which obviously translate into making better pitches at better counts, and yeah, that's one of the major keys that's helped me these past couple of appearances.
Now, we got to meet your mom the other day. She walked by the booth there. Nice lady. Do you get to play in front of your parents very often?
Not very often. Last time I saw her was probably, I don't know, a good 10 months ago or so. It was last year during the season. But I'm very happy, very grateful that she came. Unfortunately, obviously came by herself with my grandfather. Pops is coming sometime soon, but it's definitely a pleasure having them next to me when I'm out there on the field.
Is that something that you're conscious of? You sort of have to block from your head when you know that your parents are in the stadium?
It kind of is. I mean, obviously, like we talked about, you have to lock in. You have to make sure you're attacking, you're approaching the game the right way, and it's very it's a little distracting. Let's say that it's a little distracting when your parents are there and all you want to do is just enjoy the game with them, But then you have to remember they're there for you. They're there to watch you play as well, which is cool.
Just so long as she doesn't get on the umpire saying, "Oh, come on, that was a strike."
Hopefully she doesn't do that. But she has she's had her moments.
So what is the impression that you're getting from your parents about their pride in you for coming over here and playing baseball professionally?
I mean, they support it. It's obviously a dream to follow, to do what you love for a living, and that's something they really focus on. Just follow your dreams. Whatever happens, but everything does happen for a reason. And they support me. They're 100% behind me, and I'm very blessed and grateful for that.
Team's coming off of a couple of losses now, preparing to see Long Island for the first time this year. What did you guys do during the off day and today to prepare for this series?
During my off day, I actually spent time with my family. But I mean, every team has it. You can't win them all, you know. It's today. It's a whole new series, whole new team that we're facing for the first time, and can't wait to see what they bring in.
All right, Ron, thanks and good luck today.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Ron Scudder, what a gem. Real joy to talk to. He's been a joy to watch out of the bullpen, especially over the last month. Ronnie's numbers coming into this game through his 15 appearances, 1-0, a 3.55 ERA. He's really brought that down since the beginning of the season and become a key cog in that York bullpen, especially being one of the few left-handed guys. We're going to go to one more commercial break. When we come back, the Broadway Transmission Managers Report. Darrell Henry and Mark Mason, one-on-one. So stick with us here on the WOYK Revs pregame show.
Rich Eisen.
I might be the mayor of the Follows League Challenge. You know.
I like it. The Rich Eisen Show.
Other story that hit me last night that really ticked me off was a report that Chris Berman is retiring from ESPN. I have no idea if this is true or not. His agent, who used to be mine, told the New York Times that Chris is not retiring. This is what I know. Chris Berman's a legend. Chris Berman created SportsCenter. This man, whether it is the end of the line or not for ESPN, whoever is talking outside of the business needs to pipe down and respect what this man has done. I know we're all in this business where we talk about contracts and maybe we don't like it when the lights shine on all of us, but the bottom line is this. Who in the world is talking to somebody, multiple sources, saying Berman's not getting renewed and it's retired? Let him decide and say what he wants to do. Man, that pissed me off. Time to roll.
This is the Rich Eisen Show.
Weekdays at noon on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Hey, sports fans, great news. You can now listen to Sports Radio 1350 anywhere with the new WOYK mobile apps. Walking the dog? Perfect. Trapped at a Renegade scrapbooking fair? We are 98% glitter-free. Wherever you are, WOYK is with you on the brand new mobile apps. York's only local sports station just went mobile and global. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Hi, this is Dan Patrick. Join me weekday mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Fans, it's time to go inside the clubhouse for the latest on your York Revolution and tonight's matchup. It's time for the Broadway Transmission Managers Report. Now, here's the manager of the Revs, Mark Mason.
I mean, it's a tough weekend for the offense on Saturday and Sunday. Was there any carryover from one game to the next? Anything that was a common theme that your guys need to break away from?
Well, I mean, I guess if we had to break away from one thing, it would be chasing pitches out of the zone. I thought we did that way too often, and I thought we took some pitches that were pretty good pitches, which I don't know if that meant we were guessing pitches before they were delivered or whatever. But I just think we kind of had the strike zone in our head a little bit, and maybe it made some guys chase some pitches that were out of the zone. But I mean, some of the pitches that we chased were really out of the zone, so I think that was uncharacteristic for us. But you know, we talk about hitting all the time. It peaks, it valleys, and you know, we just had two rough days on Saturday and Sunday, and hopefully the day off shook all that off of us, and we'll be back to who we are today.
Pretty good bounce back from James Simmons on Sunday. What do you think of how he threw, and the bullpen for that matter, in a pretty well pitched game?
Well, you know, really, I thought other than maybe a ninth inning on Saturday, and you know, and I mean, obviously we won the game on Friday, but you know, to hold them to 3 runs, and one of the runs they got on Sunday was in the ninth inning. You know, I thought we pitched definitely well enough to win 3 games. So, you know, we just couldn't get it done offensively, and you know, unfortunately, that's how it goes sometimes. Just like some nights where you'll score 8 runs and give up 7 or 9. So you just never know about baseball. It's a crazy game, but you know, the pitching wise, all throughout the weekend, I thought we handled a really good offense really well.
The run on Sunday came on a Marte home run, another one for him. And have you determined that you like to have him in the middle of the order if possible?
Well, yeah, I mean, I had him leading off because at the time I thought, you know, he was probably our best option. I wanted to see what he could do there. I really like Tejada more in the second position in the lineup. We had used him obviously to lead off too when Jason wasn't playing, but once we got Repko back, Repko's done really well for us at the top of the lineup, and that gave me a chance to slot Marte down in the middle, and with Burgess leaving to go to Mexico, I just thought another power bat down in there would be a good thing.
Now, I caught you a little early today, but Long Island, first time seeing them. What jumps out that you've been able to uncover so far, and obviously a team that we're going to see a lot of here in the second half of the first half.
Yeah, we still have 10 games to play with them, counting tonight. I find, to me it's kind of crazy that we have 24 games left or 26 games left, whatever it is, and we haven't played them yet. But I was looking at the schedule today. There's some other teams that haven't played people either. I think Lancaster has 10 games with Bridgeport left, and Sugar Land has 10 games with Southern Maryland. So it's I don't know. The schedule's, that's a little crazy for me, and we're done with New Britain for the half. So I don't quite understand it, but I guess I'm not supposed to. But anyways, I mean, a lot of familiar names with Long Island. We know Lentini is a very good hitter. We know Danny Lyons is somebody that gets on base. He'll run. Looking down through there, Puckett's been there for several years now. Vega, the left fielder, who really wasn't an everyday guy the past year or so, but they used to bring him in to face right-handed pitchers because he's a pretty good left-handed hitter. So I mean, we're familiar with most of that lineup, and obviously every year is a little different. So we'll get a bird's eye view tonight, starting at 6:30.
Tony Pena, the start in this one, and you're pretty pleased with his last one in Bridgeport, right? He overcame. Gets an uncharacteristic walk total, but worked out of trouble for the most part.
Yeah, he did. We were able to get the pitch count up. He went deeper into the game, pitched out of a couple jams, which your starters have to do. They have to be able to get out of some jams because you can't go to your bullpen that early. You're just asking to not win any games for the rest of the week when you start doing that. So, the starting pitchers have to be able to battle and keep us in the game, and I thought he did a really good job of that.
Mace, thanks a lot. Good luck here tonight.
Yeah, thank you.
Mark Mason with Daryl Henry, the Broadway Transmission Manager's Report on the WOYK Revs pregame show. Kevin Baez and Mark Mason, the managers, have met with the umpiring crew at home plate. The umpires tonight, behind the plate is Buzz Albert, Tim Detweiler over at first base, and Brian DeBrouwer, familiar face in this ballpark, is back coaching third base in the opening game of this series. And indeed, Mace was talking about the onslaught of matchups with the Ducks over the next month. 10 times in the next 24 days, the Revs and Ducks will face off against each other. The 3-game series here. Then Long Island is right back at Peoples Bank Park on June 20th through the 22nd. And the Revs make the trip to Central Islip for 4 games, June 27th through 30th. So June is truly Duck season for the York Revolution, and they're hoping that Elmer Fudd brought his gun and Bugs Bunny brought the proper amount of signage to cancel out whatever Daffy was talking about. Starting lineups brought to you by Flying Feet. This is for Kevin Baez's Long Island Ducks squad. Leading off is the right fielder Phelan Lentini, one of the most dangerous leadoff men in the Atlantic League, and certainly one of the speediest in the history of outlaw baseball. Dan Lyons over at short, batting second. Ruben Gotay, Mark told me about that before the game. Gotay at second base, batting third. Tyler Colvin, the cleanup man, is the first baseman. Cody Puckett at third base. Mike Blank at DH. Blake T. Cody, the center fielder. Mike Dowd behind the plate. And Anthony Vega in left field. They'll try and get runs on the board for Darren Downs, the left-handed starter, 31 years old, out of Southfield, Michigan. A major league veteran. He was with the Tigers for some in 12 and 13 and the Astros in 2014. For Mark Mason's York Revolution as they take the field right now, Jason Repko in left, Isaiah Tejeda behind the plate, Joel Guzman DHing, Telvin Nash at first, Andres Perez at second, Alfredo Marte in right, Brian Pounds at third, Josh Wilson at shortstop, and Michael Rocket in center field tonight instead of James Simmons. The starting pitcher, another major league veteran, albeit in the bullpen primarily, Tony Pena. As a gaggle of Little Leaguers have joined the Revs on the field for the national anthem, we'll turn it over to the public address system to honor this great country.
For the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare, the valves bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Yes, it does. We had time to check. Our national anthem, fine rendition right there, very nicely sung as the Little Leaguers leave the field. Tony Pena will take his warm-up tosses. He was a bullpen man when he started out. Now he's in the starting rotation, and he has established himself as someone who is reliable for 5 innings, trying to build him up to go even longer tonight. Coming off of a win at Bridgeport last Tuesday night, gave up 2 runs on 4 hits in 5 innings, despite walking 4 men, uncharacteristic for him. Aside from that, he's been Mr. Steady, giving up 2 earned runs in each of his 4 previous starts. A no decision against Sugarland on the 13th of May, a win over New Britain in Connecticut on May 21st. A no decision against Somerset back on the 27th of May, where he only went 4 1/3, and then the 5 innings at Bridgeport last Tuesday. Revs wearing their traditional home white uniforms after taking a couple losses in the alternate white football style uniforms over the weekend. The Ducks in their alternate orange tops with orange cursive Ducks across the front and green numbers. Well, somebody likes those 2 colors, apparently. And Pena has finished up. Tejeda's made his throw over to second base. Isaias threw out his first base runner on Sunday. He caught Travis Witherspoon of Lancaster trying to steal in the 4th inning. And now it's Phelan Lentini, that's fun to say. Phelan Lentini steps to the plate for the Dasher Investment Services first pitch. We turn it over to the 10-year voice of the Revolution. Here's Darrell Henry.
All right, thanks a lot, Will, and good evening on a beautiful night from People's Bank Park.
Good evening to you too, sir.
Yeah, good evening to you.
Good evening.
And again, good evening to you. As Phelan Lentini digs in. He is red hot, too. 12-game hitting streak. And Pena from the stretch, the Dasher Investment Services first pitch is in for a called strike. Bright sunshine tonight, 75 degrees at game time. And the wind is windy, left to right at 18 miles an hour. Pitch to Lentini is swung on and missed. He's hitting .455 on this 12-game streak with 19 runs scored. He's now scored 7 more than any other player in the league. 5th in overall batting at .324 for the year. 14 for 14 in steals. Here's the pitch. And a fastball inside. 1-2. Buzz Albert behind the plate tonight.
Marv's cousin, right?
I believe so. I was supposed to say yes.
There you go. There you go.
I forgot my line there.
You stuck the landing. That's all right.
This is the 1-2. And a chopper swatted to third. One big hop to Pounds coming in. He'll gun it to first and gets Lentini, who's always big if you can keep him off base. Or that is always big if you can keep him off base. The Ducks hitting .290 as a team, and they lead the league in runs scored, and he certainly is the straw that stirs the drink. Here's Dan Lyons, who's having another fine start to a year. He's in the top 10 in hitting, 9th at .314. Tied for the league lead in doubles with 13. And Pena with the pitch, and he swings and fouls it back off the top of the netting.
Had one of those doubles on Sunday, a 4-hit game for him as the Ducks ended up beating Sugar Land that day. Ducks taking 2 out of 3 from the Skeeters, allowing the Revs to keep a 3-game cushion over Sugar Land in the division.
Pitch is swung on and popped up in the infield. It's Perez from second. He will call off Wilson. He had his sights set on it, and he's got it. Right on the edge of the outfield grass for out number 2. Now the Ducks in the midst of their own division race coming in tonight, half a game behind Somerset. And after that incredible Patriots start and dreadful first week for Long Island, once they caught up, it's basically been back and forth. Revs a 2-game lead entering play tonight. Here's Ruben Gotay, the big league vet, and hitting at .286. Starts at second tonight. First pitch from Pena is up high.
At 1-6 start for the Ducks, getting swept out of their shoes by Somerset, dropping a series against New Britain. Then once they got home to Bethpage, things really started going their way.
1-0. And that's right in there, a called strike.
Took 3 of 4 from Southern Maryland, then took a series from Lancaster, swept the Barnstormers, swept 3 at Bridgeport, and they've been flying ever since.
A ball down low. 2-1 on Gotay, a switch hitter who bats left. Over the years, we've seen the Ducks go on just some outrageous streaks. And they've done it again in this first half to get right there. 2-1 pitch, that tails away. Pena overall 4-0 with a .358 ERA coming in tonight. If he can pick up a 5th win, he'd tie the Revs record for winning streak to start a year. Lorenzo Barcelo started 5-0 in 2011. 3-1 pitch, a ball just inside. Gotay was cocking the hands back, but did not pull the trigger. Fastball missed in at 90. Pena, it was uncharacteristic in that start in Bridgeport last week. He walked 4 in his 5 innings, but left the bases loaded twice, giving up only 1 run in 2 separate innings and just 2 runs total. And the Revs would build a lead and then hang on late. Here is Tyler Colvin, another former big leaguer. He takes a first pitch strike on a fastball, hitting at .239 for Long Island, and held hitless in that series against Sugar Land, but the Ducks did win 2 of their 3, the final 2 to be exact. Now the 0-1, and he swings and fouls it back above the netting. Pena's got the jump on him, trying to have a scoreless first. Colvin in the majors with the Cubs, Rockies, and Giants. AAA with the White Sox last season. He's their cleanup man. Slight wave of the bat back and forth. And Pena the 0-2. A fastball, strike 3 called at 91 on the inside corner. May have started it in and ran it back. Either way, it froze Colvin for a scoreless first. No runs, no hits, 1 left at the end of a half. It's the Ducks nothing, and the Revs coming up.
This is the Dan Patrick Show.
I just like to say that y'all rock, man.
You can be bad, and as long as you're in on it, like you're sort of in on the joke in Philadelphia. Yeah, we're so bad, but hey, you get Ben Simmons, then maybe it's worth it. What if you don't get Ben Simmons? What if you have the 4th pick? What if you get the 3rd pick? What if you missed out on Ingram from Duke? You wanted to be bad to get good. You got bad and are still bad.
Dan Patrick.
Mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOIK.
Hey, sports fans, great news! You can now listen to Sports Radio 1350 anywhere with the new WOYK mobile apps. Gone shopping with the wife? No problem. Tongue stuck to a flagpole? Pass the time after you've called the fire department. Wherever you are, WOYK is with you on the brand new mobile apps. York's only local sports station just went mobile and global. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Come on! Colin Cowherd.
Draymond Green, in my opinion, will not end his career as a Warrior. He will wear people out. When you're winning, the egos are fine. What if OKC knocks him out? How hard is Draymond Green to deal with them? They had guys that talked a lot and had egos. Notice how they started wearing each other out when a few losses piled up?
This is The Herd with Colin Cowherd.
Weekdays at 3 on Sports Radio 1350 WOIK. Your teams all the time. York's only place for local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOIK.
Scoreless top of the first for Tony Pena. Lefty Darren Downs getting set to go for Long Island. 8 starts, he's 3-2 with a 5.08 ERA, 44 and a third innings, 47 hits, 18 walks, 3rd in the league in strikeouts with 47, and opponents hitting .272. The Ducks, with some of the team stats pretty impressive, leading the league in hitting and runs. They're also 2nd in team ERA at 3.70. Only New Britain with a lower mark, 3.52. Downs has had his share of success, although a little up and down early this year.
I see what you did there.
He's had some ups and downs. As Jason Repko stands in. Repko hitting at 3.02. Played in every game over the weekend. First pitch is over for a strike from the lefty.
Downs isn't even the most unfortunate pitcher's name on the Long Island roster. They got a guy named Dan Blewett. Don't make him the closer.
Yeah. Next one is ripped off the glove of Puckett, diving at third. It deflected to Lyons, who couldn't get a grip, and Repko will be safe on an infield hit. What a bullet on the first swing of the night. Puckett nearly robbed him diving left, but it bounced off his glove, and then Lyons couldn't corral it. Repko hitting at 394 off lefties coming in, and he pounces on his first opportunity. Here's Isaiah Tejeda, who's overall 3rd in the league in batting at 342. Yeah, he's at 393 off lefties. Also a 5-game hitting streak carried in here tonight. There's the stretch. Downs deals, and right down the middle, a called strike. Downs probably glad with all these right-hand hitters that the wind is whipping left to right. Another windy night here, but it is beautiful with the sunshine. Pitch to Tejeda, and that's a called strike inside corner at 88.
We're getting towards the first day of summer, which means that the sun's still up and it's setting a little slower than normal, so the shadows are playing a bit more of a role on the field right now.
And a curveball swung on and missed. That one breaking right in on Tejeda. And yes, right now the shadows start right about midway into the plate from the mound. So Tejeda there, that ball's disappearing a little bit partway there.
Yeah, this is the most pronounced I've seen it all year.
Maybe some of the brightest sunshine we've had all year.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's got something to do with it as well.
Here's Joel. He's DHing tonight. 10th in the league in batting at .313, tied for 3rd in homers with 7. And Downs will make a move to first. Repko back standing. Guzman 3rd in ribbies with 28.
21 of them here.
Yes, hitting .417 here. Repko the lead from first. First pitch is over for a called strike. Downs in his last start lost 5 innings, 7 runs. Gave up 8 hits and 5 walks. He was in a game in Lancaster, as Will mentioned. 8-4 was the defeat. Pitch to Guzman, a slow curve that stayed high. Downs 3 years in the majors with the Tigers for 2, the Astros for 1. Veteran southpaw has his signal, and the pitch is outside on Guzman. Took a little off and missed. 2-1.
Downs a mid-season acquisition for the Ducks last year, coming from the Fresno Grizzlies, the Houston Astros AAA affiliate. Came in, played a solid role in the rotation, and then pitched 7 shutout innings in the Liberty Division Championship.
Swing and a miss here. A slider running in on Guzman, who spun out a little bit on his finish.
That was game 2 against Somerset, where he fired the 7 shutout innings, and the Ducks ended up holding on to win. Of course, the Patriots would win the series and the Atlantic League Championship, but they brought him back thinking he'd be a solid addition to the rotation again, and so far it hasn't really been paying off.
Runner going, and he throws to first. The relay to second. Repko tried to sidestep it on a pop-up slide, but Lyons tags him. And Repko, who went on the leg lift from Downs, baited into the 1-3-6, caught stealing. Colvin, the first baseman, making that throw.
Yeah, lefties are so crafty at pickoff moves, getting guys to deke off of first base, and that was textbook by Downs, staying calm there.
On a 2-2 and a half swing. Guzman couldn't lay off. A slider down and in, and he was fooled and went around. So the inning ends with a bit of a whimper, the caught stealing, and then a strikeout on the very next pitch. No runs, 1 hit, none left. And we'll go to the second, no score.
Broadway Transmission? I don't know how they do it.
We've been in business for 60 years at the same location.
I don't know how they do it.
It's our long-term nationwide warranties.
Oh, and don't forget our online appointment scheduling.
I still don't know how they do it.
They towed my van at no cost with my repair.
It's our ATRA certified technicians. Don't forget the good-looking genius in the office.
Come on, man. I know they help me with financing. Still, with my bad credit, I don't know how they do it.
I did my research and felt comfortable that Broadway is a AAA approved specialty repair shop. I showed my AAA card and saved some hard-earned cash.
I was happy to get a $100 rebate in the mail after the job was done.
I sure don't know how they do it, but I do know they get it done, and they get it done right.
Broadway Transmission. We'll get your shift together and back on the road fast. Check us out on the web at BroadwayTrans.com or stop in and see how it's done.
This is the Rich Eisen Show.
American Pharoah, as we know, first horse to win the Triple Crown since 1978 in the front. He breeds 2 to 3 times a day.
Yes.
And has been with over 100 mares. He's gained 170 pounds since retiring. Essentially, his
This
day
is like the Pablo Sandoval of horses.
hanging out in the field, eating some hay.
Is this the button that plays?
The Rich Eisen Show.
Weekdays at noon on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. All about local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Top of the second, no score here on a gorgeous night at Peoples Bank Park. It'll be Cody Puckett leading things off for Long Island. Puckett hitting at .292, 5 homers, 26 batted in. First pitch of the inning from Pena is in there for a strike. Puckett in that Sugarland series, 2 home runs and he drove in 6. And you don't want him up there when there's men on base. He's been very clutch.
There's the 0-1, and he lines one hard in left center. Repko coming over. The wind kills it, and Repko makes a shoestring grab. And there's your first wind-blown ball of the night. That thing absolutely tumbled to a halt in left center, and Repko adjusted, took a step in, reached down, and made the grab.
Yeah, he needed that too, Darryl. Repko didn't get the best jump on the ball as it first flew off the bat of Puckett, but it hung up there so long that he even had time to slow down.
Here's Mike Blank, the DH tonight for Long Island. He swings and yanks a foul down by Downtown. He's down the left field line. Blank, who's one of their catchers, they've got some injury situations, and they have both catchers in their lineup tonight. Lou Ford is out with, I believe they said, a hammy. Delta Cleary Jr. is day-to-day. Under Wellspan's sports medicine injury report. There's a ball low and outside. It's 1-1. Blank at 248, 3 home runs. He's coming off a 1-for-11 Sugarland series. Pena out of the stretch, kicks and fires, and a swing and a miss. Good late movement on that cutter. The Revs with Tyrell Harris day-to-day with a non-throwing shoulder injury, suffered in a training session, but he is expected to be back soon. And the pitch to Blank. Swing and a miss. A fastball away. Got him. That one at 90 from Pena. He's got his second K. 2 down. Now Blake T. Cody coming up. To Cody, the center fielder for Long Island. Hitting at 246. 3 homers. Left-hand hitting outfielder with big league time to his name. Pena fires home and misses down low.
A rare new face for these Ducks. He spent last year with the Portland Sea Dogs of the Eastern League. That's Boston's AA affiliate. And made it to Long Island in time for the offseason, and he has contributed somewhat. Certainly all the doubles.
Pena with the pitch. And that's over for a strike. It's been hot the last 10, hitting 343 his last 10. No score here in the second inning. Bases empty with 2 outs. Pena delivers, and a swing and a miss, a slider. And he's able to throw that to righties and lefties. Work both sides of the plate with it. It's probably his out pitch would be considered. The 1-2 and a fastball stayed a little high. 10 games in 24 upcoming between these two. And that'll happen twice.
Now and at the end of the season.
The 2-2. Strike 3 called. Pena marches off the mound again. Another fastball in that locked up a Ducks lefty. He ends the second the way he ended the first. It's a 1-2-3 inning with a pair of Ks. And we go to the bottom half of inning number 2, all scoreless.
It's the angles, the ball skills, the corner kicks. It's knowing how to shield a defender off the ball. It's knowing how to make a wall pass. It's knowing how to curl the ball, how to chip it, how to trap it, how to launch it, how to finish it. It's soccer, and nobody knows that better than Flying Feet sports shoes. Flying Feet. Suit up for soccer at Flying Feet, where players new to the game find everything they need, and collegiate-level players find all that and more. Soccer shoes for men, women, and children from the names that know the game. Adidas, Diadora, Lotto, and Nike. Players choose Flying Feet to get the right shoe at the right price, plus a huge selection of soccer socks, soccer shorts, shin guards, and sports bags. Even referees get the nod at Flying Feet, where refs come for all their gear. Individual players, entire teams, if it's soccer, it's Flying Feet sports shoes, the sportswear specialty store without specialty store prices. Flying Feet. 1511 Mount Rose Avenue, just off exit 18 of I-83, next to Battery Warehouse.
Hi, this is Tom Dasher, president of Tom Dasher Investment Services. I specialize in retirement planning and strategies to meet individual personal goals. Whether you are looking for wealth accumulation or to maximize your retirement income. Oh, heck, this is sounding just like another commercial. Hey, listen, it's this simple. We use risk-free investment vehicles, whether you are looking to still build wealth accumulation or you want retirement income or a combination of both. It is all about getting your money parked in the place that will benefit you the most. If you want to do that, call me. My office number is 246-3879 or my mobile is 487-2096 or contact me at my new website at tomdasher.com.
For local sports on your smartphone, search WOIK at the App Store.
Good couple of innings from Tony Pena to begin things, and the Revs offense back to work with Telvin Nash looking to get off the schneid here. Rough weekend series against Lancaster, 0 for 12 with 9 Ks. He comes in, though, the league leader in homers with 11, plus 3. And overall at 270 with the bat. First pitch of the inning from Downs is a called strike over the inside corner. Spit it out. Nash, Perez, and Marte due up. No score here. The 0-1, and he reaches for it, fouls it off. That'll come back out of play.
Mace has been saying that Nash's problem is he tends to overthink things. Like right now, if Downs fools him with a pitch that he's not expecting, he's going to take it for a strike all the way.
Downs out of the stretch, deals and misses down and in. Did he start the first from the stretch? I don't think he did.
No.
Must be a comfort thing for him. Here's the 1-2. And a grounder foul over by the Long Island dugout.
Shadow's starting to creep up on the mound right now, so Downs half in the sun, half in the dark. I hope that's not some metaphor for the battle of his soul.
He deals, and that misses down and away, 2-2. For his sake, we hope not. Our Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care Home Run Contest tonight. Steve Nisley is our participant. Good luck, Steve. There's the 2-2. And a ground ball near the line at third. Backhanded, though, by Puckett. And a long throw made it there. Didn't have the most zip on that throw, but got it across. Nash jammed a little bit, but maybe a start as he puts one in play there with 2 strikes.
That's the hardest contact he has had the entire homestand. 0 for 13 now, 9 of them strikeouts, and the 3 before that one that had been in play were weak fly balls out to right field.
Now he'll get locked in again. Here's Andres Perez, who's riding a 10-game hitting streak, 375 on it. First pitch is a jammer, grounded to third, and Puckett to his left. Gobbles this one up and throws to first for the out. 2 down after a fairly deep count that Nash was able to run. Perez retired on 1 pitch. Alfredo Marte will follow. Marte, the only run provided for the York offense on Sunday with a homer. His 3rd in 9 games, hitting .308, and has hit safely in 6 straight.
So essentially they just swapped out Michael Burgess for a right-handed version of himself.
First pitch, a breaking ball in for a strike. Well, Mace had a little heads up that Burgess was being sought after. He was able to acquire Marte, and what a replacement. There's the 0-1, and that's outside.
Another one of these power hitters who's built for Peoples Bank Park. Question is, will that power be able to spread itself out throughout the other ballparks in the league, especially Sugar Land, where you guys are going over the weekend?
Here's the 1-1, and that missed inside. He's hit 2 of them here. He hit 1 in Bridgeport. The Revs indeed will be playing in a very different environment this weekend. Plays extremely large in Sugar Land. Here's a swing and a bouncer foul back behind the plate.
Well, they say everything is bigger in Texas. Apparently that means the ballparks.
Although you can reach left field down the line.
Down line.
That's right.
Oh, what have we done?
Pitch to Marte is fouled straight back. I totally missed that one, Will, but you were right on it.
That's what you pay me for.
That's right. Speaking of Sugar Land, the Revs lead the Skeeters by 11 in the team home run department with 49. Pitch to Marte is nubbed to foul. Down to Polo at third, and he hangs in there. Polo, too. He's hanging in there, too.
Oh, yeah. He hangs in there wherever he's at.
Sure, he did his flips earlier today down in the cage. Another 2-2. And a little tapper in front of the mound. Downs will wait for it. Gloves, turns and makes the throw to first. And he's got a 3 ground out. 1-2-3 second inning. We'll go to the third here tonight from Peoples Bank Park. Revs and Ducks are scoreless.
The more we help the ones in need, the more progress our community will make.
By focusing on quality education, income opportunities, and basic health care,
all of York County can have access to the building blocks of a good quality of life.
Together we can load the bases for our community
and hit a home run.
Give generously to the 2016 United Way Community Fund.
Find out more and give now at unitedway-york.org.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called Peoples Bank Park. Peoples Bank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at Peoples Bank Park. Peoples Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Ross Brothers Barbecue is serving up the hits every Saturday night this season at Peoples Bank Park. Stop by Arch Street Eats on the third base corner and load up on delicious, fresh-made local barbecue. All of Ross' sauces and sides are made from scratch daily. All meats are smoked for an authentic barbecue done right. Ross Brothers also offers drive-through, dine-in, and carry-out from the restaurant at 3096 Carlisle Road in Dover, as well as delivery and full-service catering. Ross Brothers can cater any sized event from fundraisers to graduation parties to weddings. Ross Brothers Barbecue every Saturday night at Peoples Bank Park.
Your teams all the time. York's only place for local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Top of the third, no score, as the lights partially come on here at Peoples Bank Park. Eventually all the way. As Mike Dowd leads off and swings and squibs a foul off to the right of home plate. He's got the catching assignment tonight for Long Island. Hitting 8th in the order, batting at .333, had a hot start. No home runs, but has driven in 14. Pena will work from the stretch, kicks and fires, and a swing and a miss. Good slider.
Mike Dowd from Division II Franklin Pierce University in New Hampshire. Tiny little place. They only have 1,400 undergrads, but he emerged to play professional baseball. Kudos, young man. 12th round pick by the Mariners, so he really tore it up there.
He opened some eyes. Pena with the 0-2. And a swing and a miss. He got him on a slider, made quick work of it. 3 Ks in a row and 4 total. We'll pause for station identification. This is Revolution Radio.
First in York, first in sports. Your only local sports station. The new Sports Radio 1350, WOYK, York, Pennsylvania.
Darrell Henry along with Will DeBoer from Peoples Bank Park. No score here in the third tonight. Here's Anthony Vega rounding out the order. Pitch from Pena is swung on and missed. He's got good stuff here early. Vega, our K-man tonight. Left-handed hitting outfielder, batting .291. With 1 home run, 20 knocked in. Round out their order. Here's Pena with the pitch. And a slider, he bends it in for a called strike. And jumps in front of him. Pena's struck out 4 of his last 5 for 4 total. Now he's ready. And the 0-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, went right at him with the fastball. Breadsticks all around. And Tony Pena is locked in. 4 Ks in a row.
Dallas reminds me so much of the start he made against Somerset on May 27th. He was smoke and fire throughout the first 3 innings, and he sort of tapered off, only making it into the 5th inning. But this is a prototypical relief pitcher. He comes out and stuns you for the early portion of the innings, and I just hope that he can go further because this is fun to watch.
He's gone 5 twice. Here's Lentini at the top of the order. And Pena delivers, and a fastball called strike. 91 down in the zone. Lentini a ground out to third, his first time up. Pena looks in and kicks and deals, and a swing and a miss. Strike 8 on a slider. Oh boy. Lentini backs out. Back in, bouncing the bat off his back shoulder as he stays loose. Pena a long look, and Lentini will back away. Maybe squelching a little of the drama, but it'll build back up.
It is.
Now Pena with his sign. And the 0-2 swing and a tapper. At third, it's Pounds charging. Bare hands, throws just in time. Made a great play. Pena was a pitch away from striking out the side on 9 pitches. He'll set down the side on 9 with Pounds making a fine play, charging in for the bare hand. 1-2-3 third. We go to the bottom half. Revs and Ducks still scoreless.
Take it from me, guys. You want to make life happier? Your wife wants a nicer lawn. The kind of lawn you see on Home and Gardens and Martha Stewart. Here's a hint. You're not alone. Call your pals at Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. They've got a way with lush lawns that the ladies like. And as you know, happy wifey, happy hubby. Winky face. Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. World-class care right in your backyard. 717-292-9994.
Hey, sports fans, great news! You can now listen to Sports Radio 1350 anywhere with the new WOYK mobile apps. Being one with nature, we can help. Contract force you to churn out mobile app promos? At least make them fun. Wherever you are, WOYK is with you on the brand new mobile apps. York's only local sports station just went mobile and global. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Wednesdays are the worst. I've got to get the kids to school in time to get to work, then it's just one long day of meetings. But hey, at least I don't have to worry about making dinner.
Kids eat free with People's Bank. Save money at every Wednesday home game.
So now when the Revs are in town, I just pull into a People's Bank, pick up that week's coupon, and dinner is done. Revolution Wednesdays? Awesome. Revolution!
Thanks to People's Bank, kids eat free at every Wednesday home game. No need to be a People's Bank customer. Just pick up your coupon at any People's Bank branch and do dinner at People's Bank Park. 1 coupon per child per game.
York Sports on your mobile device or online at WOYK1350.com.
Some poor soul just got knocked into next week on the what are the inflatable balls called? Inflatable balls?
Yeah, those.
Brian Pounds leads off and takes a little high.
I don't know what they're called. I have a feeling that someone's going to burst in here in the next 2 minutes saying, how could you forget what they're called? They're called this.
Or a handwritten note at the window.
Yeah.
No score here in the third. The 1-0 to Pounds is down and away. He's hitting at .238 with 4 home runs, 22 driven in. And how often does the guy who makes the fine defensive play lead off? I don't know, but it seems like a lot. Here's the 2-0. And there's a strike. He watches it from Downs.
Brian Pounds, a bit of that clutch gene as we're used to seeing out of him. The average still not there at .238, but everything else is. 9 doubles, 4 homers, 22 driven in.
On the 2-1, and he swings and fights it off against the net. Downs a 6'3" lefty, good size. He's on Twitter if you want to follow him. 31 years old. 5th round pick of the Cubs in '03. I don't know if he tweets or not, but he deals. And a called third strike. Fastball down in the zone, and Pounds knew it. Downs with his 3rd strikeout. So far, all he's given up was an infield hit to Repko. Granted, it was a smash, but he then erased him on a caught stealing. Well, here's Josh Wilson with 1 away. Wilson up to .263, a steady climb. 4 home runs, 10 driven in. Downs with 92 big league games, all in relief at that level, as he pumps a strike across on Wilson. Won 2 games with the Tigers in 2012, 2 more with the Astros in 2014. Now delivers, and a foul back into the net. Overall at the big league level, 4-4. 4.76 ERA. Certainly held his own. 2012 through 14, 18 games, 29 and 45 respectively out of the pen. Pitch to Wilson, hooks down and in. Downs born in Southfield, Michigan, but he went to high school in Florida.
Lake Worth is where he calls home now.
He has been a starter throughout his minor league career. The 1-2, and a foul back into the net. No score here in the bottom of the 3rd. First of 3 to kick off the 2nd leg of this homestand. Good Tuesday night crowd here. Pitch to Wilson is swung on and missed. Down and in, and Wilson caught golfing after it. As Downs got him to bite on that slider. That's his 4th K, and 2 down here in the 3rd. And here's Michael Rocket rounding out the order tonight. Rocket at .243 with a homer. 13 ribbies. Downs deals, and a fastball right on the outside corner. That's a strike. Revs have the only hit thus far tonight. The pitch, and Rocket bunts at it, but did not make contact, and that'll be a strike.
Yeah, he tried stabbing at it. You're never supposed to stab at it with a bunt. You're supposed to let it come to you, and if it doesn't come to you, you let it go. Rocket tried to do too much on that bunt.
Downs has him down in the count. Again, I did not try to do that. Here's the 0-2. And a breaking ball just inside. He and his fielders started to walk off. Downs, a guy who earlier in his career overcame a line drive to the head when he was in the Rays system, had a post-concussion syndrome to deal with. He fires, and that's down in the dirt. 2-2.
Rocket's been struggling lately. In his last 5, he's only hitting 154, but a good left-handed pitcher may be his remedy. He's batting .263, 20 points higher against lefties.
Downs deals, and that missed inside. So Rocket, who was behind, works at full.
At the very least, the Revs are trying to push Downs' pitch count up.
He still works from the stretch. And now comes home, and a swing and a miss. Rocket trying to protect with 2 strikes, and Downs got him to reach away. That fastball touching 90, and he's faced the minimum through 3. Will DeBoer with the call as we head to the 4th. Revs and Ducks are scoreless.
Smith, Mayer, and Little is a holistic wealth management group with one product, advice. We aim to simplify our clients' lives, help them retire comfortably, and build lasting legacies for their families and the causes they care about. Our purpose is simple, to make a meaningful difference in the lives of our clients, our community, and the world in which we live with the advice we provide. Smith, Mayer, and Little, a wealth of knowledge about wealth. We make our living by making a difference. Visit us at financialjava.com.
Janney Montgomery Scott LLC, member NYSE, FINRA, and SIPC.
How does it feel to win $100,000 home makeover from the Pennsylvania Lottery with top prizes of $100,000? It's amazing! Because the instant you play could be the instant you win. And even if you don't win instantly, you can enter the second chance drawings online at palottery.com for a chance to win a $100,000 home makeover or one of 1,000 other prizes. The Pennsylvania Lottery. Keep on scratching. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
Eric Hosmer's got nothing on this. Mad Dash Grilled Cheese is comfort food at its finest. Mad Dash is Central PA's favorite artisan grilled cheese truck, bringing you creative concoctions with the freshest and most flavorful ingredients. Available for food truck festivals, weddings, corporate, and private caterings. Find Mad Dash this year along the third base line at Peoples Bank Park for all York Revolution home games. Call 717-574-5168 or visit online at mad-grilledcheese.com. Mad Dash Artisan Grilled Cheese. Welcome home.
First in York, first in sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Back to the top of the 4th inning. Revs and Ducks locked in a scoreless duel. Just one hit between the two sides. A Jason Repko single in the 1st inning. And Tony Pena came 1 pitch shy of an immaculate inning. Had 2 strikes on Lantini before getting him to bounce out after striking out the first 2 before him. He'll step on to face Lyons, Gotay, and Colvin versus Dan Lyons. First pitch shows bunt, brings it back as it misses inside, ball 1. Pena just 34 pitches through his first 3 innings, and that's very important for a relief pitcher. He can get through those innings with some relative haste to prolong their trips on the hill. The 1-0 pitch, this one drilled deep left field, long run for Repko. The wind keeps that one up in the air. He makes the catch just shy of the warning track. On a normal day, that's heading for the nemesis and maybe beyond, but Jason Repko able to run it down for the first out of the inning. We'll take a look at your York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard. Full Tuesday night of action here in the Atlantic League after all the teams had the night off. And we'll get you those scores right now. Bottom of the 3rd from New Britain. Bees up 2-0 over Somerset. I'm sure Long Island's going to be scoreboard watching tonight. A Duck win and a Patriot loss means Long Island's on top in the Liberty Division. First pitch to Ruben Gotay is right down George Street, a called strike 1. Top of the 1st from Bridgeport. Bluefish and Lancaster scoreless, and then later on tonight, Southern Maryland at Sugarland. That game starting in approximately an hour from deep in the heart of Texas. Pena into the windup. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball, that's below the knees for ball 1. Gotay is Pena's only base runner of the night thus far. He took a 2-out walk in the 1st inning. Pena recovering and striking out Tyler Colvin on 3 pitches. Tony comes back with the 1-1. And a slow roller foul over towards the first base coach's box. And that's gloved and tossed into the crowd. Bud Harrelson, co-owner of the Long Island Ducks, is the first base coach when the team is at home at Bethpage Ballpark. When they're on the road, first base coaching duties taken by just a general player, the same way as they always are. Right now it's Matt Wessinger. Pena with the 1-2. Popped him up and drifting foul. That's out of play down the third base. Sweets, someone made some sort of catch on it, and that's going home with that fan. Back to York Hanna. So 1-2 still the count. We're scoreless in the top of the fourth inning. Long Island at York for the first time this year and the first time in the next 24 days. 1-2 pitches ripped into right field. That's down for a base hit. Not today, boss. Tony Pena will not get a no-hitter. And Ruben Gotay has been the only man he has not been able to retire. Gotay, a single after a walk his last time up. And that keeps things going for Tyler Colvin, the ex-major leaguer, who took a looking strikeout on 3 pitches his first time up. Of Pena's 5 strikeouts, 3 of them of the 3-pitch variety. He's been rather efficient with his work thus far. And the first pitch, this one cracked into center field. Rocket going back on it into the shadows. Makes the catch in front of the LED board. And again, that win is acting as a sort of restrictor plate on the line drives as they fly out towards the outfield. So with 2 down and a man on first, Cody Puckett the next man up. Puckett 0 for 1. He lined out to Repko in left center in the second inning. Another one of those balls that hung up like a picture on the wall. So the Apple Valley, California man stands in. First pitch, Pena. Bit of chin music for Plunkett. Whizzes by his beard or goatee or whatever that patch of hair is on his chin. And it's 1-0. Look at a very simple batting stance. He stands absolutely still. And he takes low and away for ball 2. Stands still. Sticks the derriere out a little bit, holds the bat out like he's trying to balance it. That's a sort of stance that you would see from a lot of little leaguers, and apparently for Puckett it has worked for him throughout his entire career. Speculation, of course. 2-0 is tapped, foul. Tejeda tried to squeeze it, he could not. No matter, it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Gotay, no stolen base attempts this year. '75 career minor league stolen bases. He took 16 with the Springfield Cardinals of the Texas League back in 2013. Career high for him. Now Pena's ready. 2 balls and a strike's coming up to Puckett. Here's the pitch. Fastball, outer black. First strike 2. So deuces wild, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs to Cody Puckett. Gotay on first. And the Revs trying to keep it a scoreless duel with the Long Island Ducks. Pena stares in at Tejeda. He gets his sign. He sets at the belt. The kick and the 2-2 pitch. Popped him up and fouled down the third base line. Out towards about the same spot off the roof. And apparently it's staying on the roof. A young man in one of the luxury suites looking up saying, where'd it go? And that ball just stayed up there. So the count stays 2-2. This will be the 6th pitch of the showdown and Pena's 48th of his evening. Still pretty efficient. Tony gets the sign. He's ready. The kick and the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 3. Nasty slider. 6th punch out for Pena. 4 scoreless 1-hit innings for him. For the Ducks, no runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on. Middle of the 4th, the score, we don't have one here on the WOYK Revs Radio Network.
Hey, sports fans, great news! You can now listen to Sports Radio 1350 anywhere with the new WOYK mobile apps. Stuck in line at the dry cleaners? No problem. Hung up in Helsinki? Say hi to our Finnish friends for us. Wherever you are, WOYK is with you on the brand new mobile apps. York's only local sports station just went mobile and global. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports. Come and celebrate 10 years of York Revolution baseball with the Celebrate York Series presented by Memorial Hospital. The series honors significant contributions from York, Pennsylvania's most notable events and favorite citizens with giveaways every Friday night home game. The series continues on Friday, June 17th with a Bruce Arians Gnome giveaway. Visit YorkRevolution.com for more details. It's the Celebrate York Series, proudly presented by Memorial Hospital for the York Revolution's 10th anniversary season.
Come on, Colin Cowherd.
We fell in love with a three-point shot. Oh, it solves everything. Three-point shot solves everything. No, it doesn't. It creates so many blowouts. Again, I'm comparing Golden State to what Oregon football did. They created a system. They beat everybody to the punch, and good for them. I'm for innovation. But I don't want football to look like every 13 seconds you have a football play and there's no huddles.
This is The Herd with Colin Cowherd.
Weekdays at 3 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. Your county, your teams. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
We head to the last of the fourth, scoreless here at Peoples Bank Park. Revs sending up Repko, Tejeda, and Guzman to solve the mystery of Darren Downs. The only man to solve it is Jason Repko. Hit a line drive that Puckett knocked down at third base in the first inning for an infield single, but then was picked off. Downs caught him trying to run to second base, and then casually started the 3-6 put out. And the first pitch from Darren Downs is below the knees for ball one. Repko, his first homestand since the return from the disabled list. He is hitting .250 since his return, and he pops this one up to the right side of the infield. Under it is Colvin at first base. Wynn takes him out into right field, but he makes the catch, makes the underhand toss to Gotay at second, and that's the first out of the inning. All the elements coming up against Tyler Colvin that time. The sunshine from the shadows and the crazy wind, but Colvin, an experienced major leaguer, that's no trouble for him. There's Isaiah Tejeda, strikeout victim back in the first. He hasn't been the only one. 5 strikeouts for Downs, including all 3 of the batters he faced in the third inning. Into the wind and the first pitch. Popped him up. This one soaring out towards right field. Lentini under it. Makes the catch, 2 away. Both pitchers keeping their counts low. Pena 48 pitches through 4 innings, and Downs at 43 with 1 out to go here in the 4th. Long Island and York tied, 0-0. Joel Guzman trying to change all that, but he may have to do it as it goes to the opposite field. He may have to go opposite field in order to do it. Guzman a swinging strikeout in the first inning. Little weak swing for that third strike, and there's a breaking ball that soars up and away for ball one. The Goose, as we have started to call him, missed the games on Friday and Saturday with a dental procedure. Came back on Sunday, went 1 for 4 against Lancaster. And the 1-0, he swings and misses at a fastball at 87 for strike 1. Some late movement on that from Darren Downs. Downs now 52 strikeouts, 2 shy of Jack Snodgrass, his teammate for most in the league. And there's a broken bat, slow roller over to third. Puckett has it, throws to first, in time, side retired. A 1-2-3 inning for Darren Downs, and he gets the bat chip, brought to you by Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. Revs go in order, into the 4th. It is scoreless here on the WOYK Revs Radio Network.
You hear a lot about CPAP masks these days, But here's something you don't hear much about. Over half of the people who wear a CPAP mask for sleep stop wearing it within a year. How's that working for you? Dr. Gordon Bell would like you to hear this. York Dental Sleep Therapy has dental options that can help many of those people. If you or someone you live with is struggling with sleep apnea, visit yorksleep.com and see how Dr. Gordon Bell can help return your home to peaceful nights of deep, restful sleep. If you're groggy during the workday, if you wake up feeling exhausted, if you would like to get your nighttime sleep patterns back to a healthy state, get a confirmation from your doctor, then meet with Dr. Bell at his office on West Market Street in Hallam. He'll evaluate your symptoms and discuss which treatments would best suit your situation. Dr. Bell can restore restful sleep and get you feeling better day and night. York Dental Sleep Therapy. Call 316-1299 or visit yorksleep.com to learn more.
Payne doesn't take Sunday off. Neither do we. We're open weekdays 8 to 8 and weekends 9 to 6. Just walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics, 2319 South George Street in York, across from the Apple Hill Health Campus. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today.
Follow York Sports on your Android. Search Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Top of the fifth from People's Bank Park. Will DeBoer with you on the WOYK Revs radio network. No score as the Ducks will send Blank, T. Cody, and Dowd up against Tony Pena. And this inning is the Rubicon for Pena. He has been nearly untouchable in the first 4 innings, but he hasn't gone past the 5th inning in any of his previous 4 starts. Into the wind, and the first pitch to Mike Blank is a shade inside for ball 1 at 88 miles an hour. Blank, a strikeout victim back in the 2nd inning. Back in the stretch when Pena struck out 4 in a row. He's got 6 thus far. The 1-0 pitch leaves it outside that time. It skips the dirt for ball 2. Just the 50th pitch for Tony Pena. Converted reliever, gone back to a starter role. We'll see if he's able to go any further. The control not there for the first 2 pitches. As Blank steps out. Mike Blank, French-Canadian. He's from Granby, Quebec. Now the 2-0. Breaking ball, inner half, strike 1 called by Buzz Albert. Blank, a career .254 hitter in the minor leagues, got as high as AA. That was last year with Portland. His first year and only year in the Boston organization. And he taps that one foul off his own right shoulder. Now he's a strong-built man at 6'4" and 225, so that probably just felt like a fly was trying to swat him. Now there's a newspaper headline, not man swats fly, fly swats man. Stands back in, all 6'4" of him. Very casual, open stance. But now he's ready, so is Pena. The wind in the 2-2. Worm burner over to third base, easily playable for Pounds, who makes the throw to first in time. 1 away. Brian Pounds has made a barehanded play earlier in this game. That was positively a cakewalk for him, I'll bet you. So now Blake T. Cody, another former major leaguer, steps into the box for the Long Island Ducks. The Ducks, heavily reliant on former major leaguers. Their entire roster is littered with them. And the first pitch from Pena. A tapper in front of the plate. Pena comes off the mound to get it. It was between him and Tejeda, and the pitcher 1 out. And that's the 2nd out of the inning. Of the Ducks' active roster of 25 men plus, I count 8 players with major league experience. as well as the manager and the pitching coach and the first base coach. Of course, Kevin Baez, Marty Jansen, and Bud Harrelson. And then Lou Ford, the player/bench coach, who is on the DL. Mike Dowd is up next, and he flies one out into center field. Non-major leaguer was Dowd. That one headed towards a potential Bermuda Triangle, and Repko is the one who cuts it off from left field. Side retired. Tony Pena, 5 one-hit shutout innings. He's at 55 pitches, just 7 in that last inning. Almost certainly we'll see him for the 6th. Ducks go down in order. Middle of the 5th, your score. We don't have one here on the WOYK Revs Radio Network.
Providing quality services efficiently and in a timely manner to its clients is the mission of the law firm of Griffith, Strickler, Lerman, Salamis & Calkins. GSLSC is equipped to handle any real estate transactions, leases, residential and commercial real estate settlements, zoning issues, and all matters involving municipalities. They are also experienced in the formation and operation of family real estate ventures that are tax sensitive to the needs of the investors. Griffith, Strickler, Lerman, Salamis & Calkins is an approved title insurance agency and can provide you with title insurance and legal representation at one low cost when buying a home or investment property. Don't risk any real estate settlement without an experienced real estate attorney from the law firm of Griffith, Strickler, Lerman, Salamis & Calkins at your side. Phone 717-757-7602. They've been handling residential and commercial real estate matters in South Central Pennsylvania for more than 50 years. With mortgage interest rates at an all-time low, now is the time to buy or refinance. Phone 717-757-7602 today or visit their website, gslsc.com.
Get into the ball game with great savings and great weekly specials at your Sure Save neighborhood markets. Use your gold card every time you shop and you automatically receive savings and rewards. And get incredible deals on the new Best Yet brand products at Saubel's Markets, Wetzel's Market, and also at Nell's Market Fresh Foods. Always a hit and always great savings.
There's only one place for local high school sports. Sports Radio 1350.
Bottom of the 5th from Peoples Bank Park. No score. Telvin Nash, Andres Perez, Alfredo Marte, the 3 to face Darren Downs, who has faced the minimum, just 12 batters faced in the first 4 innings. He's given up 1 hit, and that's it. This game flying along at the pace of a duck that's being chased by something. First pitch to Telvin Nash is a floater that misses above the letters. 1-0. Telvin, a hard ground ball over to third base, his first time up. An encouraging sign for a man who has yet to record a hit on this homestand. Downs into the wind, and the 1-0 pitch. Lifted out into center field, going back on his tee. Cody still going back to the track, to the wall. It is off the baggie. 3/4 of the way up the center field fence. Telvin Nash missing a home run by a couple of feet, and perhaps that's the hit to get him going. He hit it hard, he hit it far, and he's got himself a leadoff double. Nash's first homestand hit of the homestand. And for him, his 9th double of the season, 20th extra base hit. And continues to lead the league. Now a prime scoring chance for the Revs. Here's Andres Perez. Bounce out to third, his first time up as well. Puckett playing in from third base, and the first pitch jams Dre. He fouls it back to the screen, 0-1. Perez, a native New Yorker, not Long Island, the city proper, New York. Out of Lehman High School in the Bronx. Now the 0-1 pitch swung on and missed for strike 2. Breaking ball left it high, but Perez went chasing, and it's 0-2. Franchise leader in, well, just about everything. Trying to add to that right here. If he belts one, he moves within 1 of Chris Nowak's home run record. 0-2 from Downs. Riding inside. Dre doesn't flinch, and he takes it. It's 1-2. Perez, 57 home runs in his York Revolution career, 89 in the Atlantic League. Down sets to the chest, and the 1-2 pitch is in there. Strike 3 called on the inside corner. Nice movement on the breaking ball, and Dre is retired by way of the K for the second out of the inning. 6th strikeout for Downs, the first since he struck out the side in the 3rd. So with a one out in the inning, Alfredo Marte comes up. He had a comebacker in the 2nd. Nash on second base with 1 down and no score for the moment. First pitch, Marte takes a shade in for ball 1. Marte, the latest Rev to come in and make a quick impression. 3 home runs, 2 doubles, 9 runs scored in his first 9 games with the ball club. And he waves and whiffs. And a breaking ball that came inside. Big helicopter motion from Marte, and it's 1-1. Downs checks the runner. Nash, not much speed. I'd be stunned beyond belief if he tried to steal third base right now as Marte calls time. Not to be outdone, the Revs sporting a lineup with several former major leaguers. Alfredo Marte, one of them. Former Diamondbacks and Angels major league player. 0-1, or 1-1 rather. It's in there for strike 2 called at the knees on the inner half. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Revs with no runs on 2 hits and no errors. Long Island no runs on 1 hit, no errors. Now the 1-2 pitch is in there. Strike 3 called on the outside corner that time. Downs has been coming in on Marte the whole at bat. Catches him napping on a fastball at 91 on the outer half. And that's back-to-back looking strikeouts that Darren Downs has managed with a man on second. Last chance in the inning is now Brian Pounds. 7 strikeouts tonight for Downs, and he is now tied with Jack Snodgrass for the league lead. Breaking ball, inner black for strike 1. Big hook that time from Downs. Brian Pounds himself a looking strikeout victim back in the 3rd. Now the 0-1. Little half swing, he went around, says Buzz Albert, and that's strike 2. So Darren Downs, after surrendering the leadoff double to Telvin Nash, is 1 strike away from clear-cutting the Revolution attack and stranding the man. Down from the first base side of the rubber, the 0-2 pitch swung on and foul tipped into the mitt of Dowd. Strike 3, he squeezed it. And now some argument coming from Anahel Polanco and from Brian Pounds. And now Brian DeBrouwer, the third base umpire, is calling a meeting on the mound. Polo and company are saying that Dowd dropped that ball on the foul tip. And that's what's going to be ruled here. So half of the Duck fielders who were back in the third base dugout are going to have to come back. And now we're going to get a visit from Kevin Baez, the Long Island manager, as we've had our first truly controversial call of the series.
I'm sure what he doesn't like, Will, obviously he doesn't like that it's overturned, but the fact that the third base ump out near short came all the way in. But, even though he's further away, he can have a better look at that. The plate ump's looking from behind the catcher and everything. And I know Polo and Tyrell Harris coaching down at first were pretty convinced in what they saw.
Well, convincing enough to overturn the call. So now another 0-2 pitch coming from Brian Pounds. And the same result, swing and a miss for strike 4 by, if you're a Long Island fan, and that will retire the side. 3 strikeouts in a row for Darren Downs, now the league leader in punch-outs, stranding Telvin Nash on second. For the Revs, no runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on. And the 5th, it is York nothing and Long Island nothing on the WOYK Revs Radio Network.
And here we go, folks. She steps up to the box. This is a real pressure situation. 2 kids tugging at a blouse, a long line of customers, and only 30 minutes to get in, get a dozen Maple Donuts, and get to the party.
Oh, boy, look at the time.
One of Charlie Donuts All-Stars winds up, and here's the pitch.
Welcome to Maple Donuts. Can I help you? Yes. No. I'm sorry. I'm not quite ready.
Oh, she steps out. The pressure may be too much, folks. No, wait, what's this? A meeting at the plate?
Okay, Mommy needs to order our Maple Donuts now. Can you two be good, please?
And she steps back up to the box.
All ready now? I am.
She's swinging for the fences.
I'll have 4 glazed, 3 vanilla sprinkles, 3 chocolate icing, 2 jelly filled, and 1 chocolate peanut covered.
Wow, that was Major League. She read every stitch of that fastball and knocked it clean out of the park.
Enjoy your Maple Donuts. Oh, we will. Okay, kids, let's go. Let's get these Maple Donuts to the party.
There you have it, folks. Maple Donuts, 58 varieties. Ready whenever you need to step up to the plate.
Maple Donuts taste right.
Well, I finally did it. I took my dad's advice and joined his credit union. Which one? PSECU. I'm eligible because my dad's a member, but I joined through work. Really? I thought you had to work for the state. A lot of people think that, but there are lots of ways to be eligible. I'm not really thrilled with my bank and all their fees. I need to check them out. Definitely. It's worth the switch.
PSCCU is the credit union for you. Find your way at psccu.com/join. This credit union is federally insured by the National Credit Union Administration, Equal Opportunity Lender.
Hi, this is Dan Patrick. Join me weekday mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Well, blink and you'll miss this game. We're already in the top of the 6th inning. This thing is barely an hour old, and Tony Pena is out for the 6th. 55 pitches through his first 5. Pena has been wheeling and dealing. So has Darren Downs. 9-1 and 2 hitters due up in the first is Anthony Vega, who takes, that's a ball, just missed outside. Vega struck out in the 3rd inning, sending everybody home with breadsticks. Pena with the 1-0. Showing bunt is Vega. He lays it down. Pena's got it. Falling backwards, not in time with the throw. Anthony Vega legs it out for an infield single, and that's the only way the Ducks have been able to get runners on base today. Just laying it down and playing a bit of small ball.
Yeah, he's got some of the best speed in their team. That was really close at first. Pena almost made a great play. Pounds was coming in. Pena was pretty much on it, so he took the liberty of trying to play it. And the one thing that maybe cost him is when he tried to plant, his right foot slid a little bit, so by the time he really got his footing to make that throw, maybe that was that split second that cost him, but it was still really close.
So the Ducks have the leadoff man aboard for the first time tonight, and we'll bring up Phelan Lentini. And he cracks one down the left field line, but foul off the top of the Grand Slam Brewhouse stand. Don't think it's raining something. It is. It's raining Lentini balls. Phelan 0 for 2. A couple of ground balls to the left side today. Short. And then that great bare hand play by Brian Pounds at 3rd. Incredibly important. Paramount for Pena to keep Lentini off the base paths. And he makes a toss over to first base to hold Anthony Vega aboard. Vega, 6 stolen bases this year out of 8 attempts. He stole 11 with the Ducks last year, so he's already more than halfway to that total. Pena, another throw to first. Phelan Lentini, the Sonoma, California native, has made a name for himself on the opposite coast over the last couple of years. Began his pro career in 2001 in the Houston organization. Pena from the stretch, fly ball, right field. Under it is Marte, fights the sun, makes the catch, and that's one man away. Phelan Lentini at risk of losing that 12-game hitting streak.
He's the guy that makes them go. 7 more runs scored than any other player in the league coming in tonight. 19 runs on the 12-game hitting streak. If you can keep him off base, that is step number one to controlling them.
More than doubling his run total from the first 30-odd games he had played before that. First pitch, Dan Lyons misses a shade inside for ball one. Lyons, no slouch. He's on a pretty good streak right now. Coming off that 4-hit game on Sunday. No hits tonight, though. Pop fly to second and a line drive into the wind in left. He bats with Vega on first and one down. No score, top of the 6th inning. Pena with a 1-0. Swung on and missed for strike one. Good movement on that 82-mile-an-hour cutter. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Dan Lyons from Rochester, Minnesota, home of the Mayo Clinic. Place where, okay, maybe that's, I don't know what that implies about him. Just that he was probably always in good health because they had good health up there. 1-1 pitch, fastball riding inside. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. And just up the road from the Mayo Clinic and from their ballpark in Rochester, Minnesota, the burial site of one Moonlight Graham. He was a real man. He played 1 game for the Giants in 1905, did not get an at-bat, and he's buried next to his wife in Rochester. I got to see that site when I was in the Northwoods League last summer, and you could feel something there. 2-1 pitch is cracked but foul. Down the third baseline, Kevin Baez chased out of the way. When you go, people obviously go and visit the man, Moonlight Graham, who they've all known from Field of Dreams, the movie, from the book Shoeless Joe. They leave things there. They leave baseballs. A couple of softballs were there. Coins. I don't know why coins, but well, it was nice to see. A man having a second life as a baseball icon. 2-2 from Pena is low and away. And the count goes full. Get this, the first full count for Tony Pena tonight. At just 64 pitches. Lyons standing in. He's got a stance very similar to Puckett's, except he keeps the bat on the shoulders. Really on the shoulders. Pena, the payoff pitch. There goes the runner. There's a deep fly ball in the left field with a wind catch. This one, yes, springing Repko way in. Makes the catch. And Vega will have to hustle to get back to first base on a normal night here at Peoples Bank Park. That one is over Arch Street. Tonight, forget it.
That really shows you the impact of the wind tonight. I mean, Repko caught that fairly shallow.
Yeah. He had to sprint to get to that ball. It was so shallow.
Oh, now they're calling a balk on Pena.
I didn't see what was happening there, as many people do when balks are called. Talvin Nash coming over to argue with Brian DeBrouwer, the third base umpire who called it. Pena similarly arguing. Now Buzz Albert's getting involved. Look out.
Yeah, I didn't see all of that either. Nash is clearly upset. He started arguing right away, and from what I gathered, from what I thought I heard, it was something about Pena straddling the rubber, and maybe they thought he was looking in for signs before he was on the rubber. You have to be on it and set. I don't know. We'll find out that one later, I guess.
Well, in any case, Vega goes to second base. Now with 2 down, Ruben Gotay will bat, the first man to hit with a duck in scoring position today. Vega short lead from second. The first pitch is bounced over to the right side. Nash has it and will take it himself to the bag. So no matter on the block from Tony Pena. 6 shutout innings on just 66 pitches. A fine outing for him. See if the Reds can score him some runs. For Long Island, no runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on. Middle of the 6th, your score, York nothing and Long Island nothing on the WOYK Revs Radio Network.
Did you send that email?
No, the server's down.
Again? That's the 3rd time this week. Did you call support?
Sure. Great hold music for the last hour.
There's got to be a better way.
There is. Let SoCo Business Solutions maintain your current IT environment, evaluate your current systems, or provide support that's local and responsive. Contact SoCo at 717-505-8080 and let us be your IT solutions provider. That's 717-505-8080 or online at SoCoBusinessSolutions.com.
Hey, sports fans, great news! You can now listen to Sports Radio 1350 anywhere with the new WOYK mobile apps. Out for a stroll? No problem. Escape from Nicolas Cage's Doomsday Cult? Welcome back and catch up on what you missed. Wherever you are, WOYK is with you on the brand new mobile apps. York's only local sports station just went mobile and global. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Wednesdays are the worst. I've got to get the kids to school in time, to get to work, then it's just one long day of meetings. But hey, at least I don't have to worry about making dinner.
Kids eat free with People's Bank. Save money at every Wednesday home game.
So now when the Revs are in town, I just pull into a People's Bank, pick up that week's coupon, and dinner is done. Revolution Wednesdays? Awesome. Revolution!
Thanks to People's Bank, kids eat free at every Wednesday home game. No need to be a People's Bank customer. Just pick up your coupon at any People's Bank branch and do dinner at People's Bank Park. One coupon per child per game.
On air, online, and on your smartphone. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
We're headed to the bottom of the sixth inning. If you're just joining us, yes, the bottom of the sixth. No score. Revs sending up Wilson, Rocket, and Repko to face Darren Downs, who misses inside on a fastball. Ball one to Josh Wilson. 61st pitch of the night for Downs. He's allowed just 2 hits, the loudest, a double off the wall and center to Telvin Nash in the fifth, but he methodically strikes out Perez, Marte, and Pounds to leave Telvin out there. And there's a strike, inner half, 1-1 the count to Wilson. A strikeout victim back in the third. Twice today, Darren Downs has struck out 3 in an inning. Once he struck out the side, and then the other one when Nash doubled. 1-1 pitch, and Josh watches it right outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Wilson, that average climbing steadily. It was up to 263 coming into today. Man who knows all about steady climbs and staying consistent when he has reached the top. He takes inside. It's 3 balls and 1 strike. Just the second 3-ball count of the night for Darren Downs. Wilson, up until this year, spent 11 straight years at either AAA or the major leagues as he hacks this one and it's foul and out of play. Down the first base side, the count goes full. Once he reached AAA with the Marlins in 2004, that was with the Albuquerque Isotopes, has not been below AAA. Whether it was in the majors or at the highest level of the minor leagues, Wilson's been there. Payoff from Downs is in there. Strike 3 called. Wilson checked his swing and he watched it hit the outside corner anyway. At 88 miles an hour, Darren Downs has struck out 4 in a row. 4 in a row. 9 overall.
Last inning, the second time tonight he's struck out the side. 4 in a row right now, 3 in a row earlier.
Michael Rocket, one of those 9 strikeouts. The first pitch to Mikey rides the inside corner for strike 1. What a pitcher's duel we've got here at People's Bank Park. Downs ready. He works from the first base side of the rubber, and the 0-1 pitch comes, and it's rocketed over to third. Nice leaping catch by Puckett. 2 away. A bit of redemption for Cody Puckett at the hot corner. He couldn't quite get a handle on Jason Repko's scorcher in the first inning. That time, just a simple leap up in the air like he was trying to catch a football.
Now, it's nice to see some contact. And Downs, ever since that double from Nash, it seems like everything he throws is the exact opposite of what the Revs are expecting.
With 2 out, nobody on, no score in the 6th. Jason Repko comes up and he takes a strike. Inner black, 0-1. Identical line scores for the Revs and the Ducks. No runs, 2 hits, and no errors. Not even 8 o'clock yet, and we're almost 6 innings through. Repko showing money, pops it up down the third base line. It takes a weird hop on Downs, and Jason Repko has a bunt single. Oh, I must have caught some pebble in the grass or something, because Downs read it like he was going to hop away from him, and it hops right back to him. He completely overruns it, and all he can do is just look and say, "You crazy man, how did you manage to get the ball to do that?"
That was like a pitching wedge or a sand wedge that checked up. Back spun back.
Touch of wizardry from Jason Repko, and now 5 of the hits in this game have been of the bunt variety. Revs have a 2-out base runner, and Isaiah Tejeda will be tasked with bringing him around. Tejeda 0 for 2. Most are. And there's a ball that misses inside at 83 miles an hour. No score, just 5 hits, and just 1 walk in the game. That was Pena back in the first inning. An impeccably pitched game by both sides today. 1-0, Tejeda fouls it off of the end of the stick into the backstop. It's 1-1.
Both pitchers have pretty much been just about pinpoint with all of their stuff. Downs has really commanded his cutter breaking ball combo. Pena the same with the slider and the good hard fastball.
And Repko is chased back to first as some motorcycle or something just drove by here. It sounded like an Indy car.
I was actually asked today by one of our fans if I ride a motorcycle, they thought they saw me. That definitely was not me.
Tejeda fouls one off of his shin. It's 1-2. That may be the funniest thing I've heard all day.
I mean, I know I'm wild and out there.
But you're crazy, man. Word up, Homer. 1-2 pitch coming up from Downs to Tejeda. No score, bottom of the 6th. Repko on first with 2 down. As we're just at the 8 o'clock hour here in South Central PA. Wind still whipping in from left field. And Repko's chased back to first base again. And this impeccable pitcher's duel coming on the anniversary of one of the top pitching performances in Revs history, Rami Lewis's 5-hit shutout over the Barnstormers last year. 2 hours and 4 minutes, the quickest 9-inning game in Peoples Bank Park history. We're threatening that record tonight. Downs standing a long time on the hill, and time is asked for right as he began his kick. He'll step off. Tony Pena, 6 shutout innings. He's got 66 pitches, so he could come out for the 7th and still be fresh. Downs just a tick higher. He's at 73 right now. 1-2 pitch coming. Downs ready. Repko inching off the bag. Tejeda stands in. The 1-2 pitch. And our line drive over to third. Off of the right foot of Puckett. He can't recover in time. Back-to-back 2-out hits for the Revs. And all of a sudden they're setting the table and bringing the big guns into the fold. First is Joel Guzman. Well, one your garden variety bunt. The other one a worm burner down the third base line, and Puckett got eaten up on it. Couldn't get the glove down in time. He kicked it. Apparently a soccer fan with the Copa America going on right now, but that's not the way you do it in this game. So the Revs have 2 base runners for the first time all night, the first time any side has had 2 men aboard at the same time. Joel 0 for 2 today. First pitch from Downs, a strike right down George Street, 0-1. First time anyone's worked with the spotlight today. That's Joel right now. Just at the Stage Deli, he's got the spotlight. Outstanding soup, salads, and sandwiches. Catering and daily specials. Go to Facebook for Stage Deli on George. 0-1, left outside, 1-1. Or you can visit them in person on George Street, right next to the Strand Capitol Theater. It is Repko on second, Tejeda on first. 2 outs. Bottom of the 6th, no score for the moment. Downs gets his sign from Dowd. The 1-1 pitch lifted out into left field. The wind will hang this one up like a poster on the wall. In for it is Vega to make the catch. Side retired. So the Revs threaten, but Downs able to survive the shakes, and he gets through the 6th unscathed. For the Revs, no runs on 2 hits, no errors, 2 left aboard. End of the 6th, your score, we still don't have one. Darrell Henry will take it home here on the WOYK Revs Radio Network.
This is the Dan Patrick Show.
But last Thursday and Friday, we're looking at Golden State differently than we are today. The end was a good result. But then I wonder, did you want them to win? I don't know nationally if we look at them the way we did last year. An embraceable story, still love Steph Curry, the way they play, that style. Were you looking at Oklahoma City and saying, hey, it'd be nice to get them into the finals again? Maybe, Durant, maybe he and Westbrook get a title. I don't know if you were rooting for or against, but I'm still fascinated by watching Golden State. I love the style, and that style is not for everyone. Although, I'm curious what the record for threes attempted and made in the NBA Finals for 2 teams, because we're going to break it this year. Golden State and Cleveland.
The Dan Patrick Show.
Break out some ID. That's just good radio.
Mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Ross Brothers Barbecue is serving up the hits every Saturday night this season at Peoples Bank Park. Stop by Arch Street Eats on the third base corner and load up on delicious, fresh-made local barbecue. All of Ross' sauces and sides are made from scratch daily. All meats are smoked for an authentic barbecue done right. Ross Brothers also offers drive-through, dine-in, and carry-out from the restaurant at 3096 Carlisle Road in Dover, as well as delivery and full-service catering. Ross Brothers can cater any sized event from fundraisers to graduation parties to weddings. Ross Brothers Barbecue every Saturday night at Peoples Bank Park.
The radio home of the Revs. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Will with some good Giphy action over on the old WOYK Twitter feed as we head to the 7th tonight, scoreless.
I feel like John Stewart eating the popcorn in great haste. This is one get your popcorn ready game right here.
It has been a treat. Tyler Colvin will lead off the 7th, and Tony Pena at 66 pitches delivers. And he drops in the hook for a strike. Oh. Now he's got the hard slider, which is almost exclusively his breaking ball, but now the 3rd time through showing a little something different. As he pulls the big curve out of the back pocket. The 0-1. And a ground ball near the line at first. Nash reaches it. He'll shovel it to Pena covering. Nash reaching on line. And then stepping across into foul ground. He kind of backhand shoveled it to Pena, who was at the bag. 1 down. We'll pause for station identification.
First in York. First in sports. Your only local sports station. The new Sports Radio 1350. WOYK, York, Pennsylvania.
1 away here in the 7th on a scoreless night. Here's Cody Puckett. And Pena, the kick and the pitch. And a smash foul down the third base side. As that'll bound into the corner. Middle third of the order for Pena to face here in the 7th inning. Revs with 4 hits, the Ducks with 2. Long Island, the top scoring team. Revs are 3rd. Pitch to Puckett, and a swing and a miss on a slider. On our York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard, Southern Maryland and Sugar Land just getting started in the 1st inning in Texas. Lancaster and Bridgeport tied 1-1 in the 4th in Connecticut. Somerset up 3-2 at New Britain in the 6th. Here's the 0-2. Fastball missed away. Trying to get Puckett to extend there. He is lined to left and struck out in his 2 at-bats tonight. The little sliver of sunlight in right field. Partial cloud cover. Beautiful night. The pitch from Pena, and he reached for it, rolls it over to short. Wilson will charge, tosses on the run, and in time to get Puckett. Ball that was not hit hard. Wilson had to come up on it a bit. And 2 groundouts for Pena here in the 7th.
Boy, he's been cruising along. Still going to be warming in the pen. No one needs to. He's only at 72 pitches.
Outstanding. Last start, he was at 86 through 5 innings by comparison. Here's Mike Blank. And he swings first pitch, loops a foul. This will find the stands. First base side. Guy trying to make a bare hand grab, and, well, it hit him in the bare hands. Good effort. He probably wishes I would stop talking about it. Blank, a K and a ground out. And the 0-1 from Pena right on the outside corner. Strike 2 called. Ahead of the Ducks DH tonight, who is one of their 2 catchers. They are a bit limited with a couple of injury situations. Now Pena set. And the 0-2, swinging a number back to Tony. He backhands it, looks at the grip, throws to first. Little low, but Nash makes the 2-hand reception. And Pena ready for it. That thing had all kinds of spin, but handles it cleanly. 3 groundouts for him in the top of the 7th. Stretch time here. It's the Revs nothing and the Ducks nothing.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called People's Bank Park. People's Bank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at People's Bank Park. People's Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This is the Rich Eisen Show.
I understand that there are kids who are involved. Let's put the football mess aside and try and figure out what the hell happened. And if that means conduct a coaching search, we're cleaning house. This is horrible. This house is clean. Everybody, we're opening a window. Until I see anything different, reading this report, it seems like there's something that stinks to absolute high heaven.
Is this the button that plays? The Rich Eisen Show. Weekdays at noon on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Hey, sports fans, great news! You can now listen to Sports Radio 1350 anywhere with the new WOYK mobile apps. On your morning run? Perfect. Strapped to a wayward dentist chair? It works better than Novocaine. Wherever you are, WOYK is with you on the brand new mobile apps. York's only local sports station just went mobile and global. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
All about local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Now, where else are the mobile apps, Will?
We can hear him in Lisbon.
Yeah.
Lying down in Lisbon. Get us some of them Portuguese flags, because those are decently cool.
Should I stop it?
Please.
Okay. Talbot Nash will lead off. First pitch of the inning is down and in. No score here in the bottom of the 7th.
Yeah, I'm so tuned to listen to that and think, oh, it's a mobile app commercial. I'm like, what? You forget it's an actual Taylor Swift song.
Yes. It fits perfectly. Here's the 1-0. And a swing and a shot toward the corner and right, but twisting foul. Nash was within a couple of feet of providing a run in the 5th inning. He doubled high off the fence in dead center, and then Darren Downs buckled down and struck out the next 3. Now ready, and the 1-1, and that missed up and in, made Nash exhale as it came in near the chin.
You could see his eyes all the way from up here. Big eyes. I would have the big eyes too if I had a 90-mile-an-hour pitch coming towards my face.
That double, his league-leading 20th overall extra base hit. 2-1, and that's up high. Now he's got himself in a hitter's count to begin this inning. A game in which one mistake could be the difference. Here's the stretch. And the 3-1 swing and a miss. Downs kept it away from him. Outside corner. Nash, Perez, and Marte here in the 7th. Revs with 4 hits. 3 of those have been in the infield. And the 3-2 slider down and in. Nash spits on it. Ball 4. Close take. He's got his 27th walk, which is the league's second most. And he is on to start an inning for the second straight time. First walk all night for Downs. He's at 83 pitches now, looking for his first out of the 7th. And Andres Perez to the plate.
Now someone just starting to get loose in the Long Island bullpen. It's a right-hander.
They have a lot of them. First pitch to Dre. He shows a bunt, and Downs missed high.
No, it's a balk.
It's a balk indeed. Both pitchers have been called for one, and this moves Nash to second with nobody out.
Deja vu all over again. Same with the box, same with Nash on second with nobody out. Just like the 5th inning.
Is balking Bob Davidson here? I guess, I don't know if they said Downs never came set. I believe that's what it was, but.
Well, now they're going to bring the infield in because Dre showed the bunt.
And the pitch to him is over for a strike with no show of a bunt, and that was officially the first pitch of the at-bat. No pitch on that balk. 0-1 on Dre, who's grounded out and struck out, coming in tonight on a 10-game hitting streak. Corners in, the 0-1 down and in, and Dowd fought to get in front of it. It squirts off to the left slightly, but he keeps it close and keeps Nash at second. No score here in the bottom of the 7th. Perez trying to at least advance Nash, who was at second with no outs in the 5th. Nobody else made contact that inning. Against the same pitcher who's still in. The 1-1 and a check swing foul tip right at the plate. Didn't mean to. Tipped it foul right at the catcher's feet.
That might have gone off the barrel of his bat or the handle.
I want to make sure you get those hands out of the way. Those are precious for a hitter. 1-2. Downs delivers, and down and in. Perez, a little flinch of the hands, but lays off. 2-2. Bruce Kern, who's up in Long Island's bullpen, one of 8 righties and 11 relievers on their card.
I don't know how they do it.
I do. There's the stretch. The 2-2. And a ground ball up the middle. Base hit into center. Nash around third. He's going to score. Andres Perez comes through. A seeing eye ground ball hit into center. And the Revs have struck first here in the bottom of the 7th. It's 1-0 York.
Wow, what a time for Andres Perez to extend his hitting streak to 11 games. That ties Jason Repka for the longest for the Revs this season. And it comes right after Downs made the mistake. He had the balk after the walk, and it led to the run.
1-0. And here's Alfredo Marte. First run of the night has been secured. And time called right as Downs went to lift the leg. Marte got it in there in time. What a big hit. And now Marte will look to continue things. The pitch to him is swung on and popped up foul. Catcher Dowd over to the right of the screen and out of room. It lands a couple of rows in. No balls and a strike. And now with the lead, still no bullpen action for the Revs. Not yet, in the way that Tony Pena's been going tonight. That ends a streak in which they scored 1 run in 24 innings since the start of Saturday night's game. Right now, the only run of the game. And a move to first. Back standing is Perez, who just bled that ball up the middle. Go tie from second, laid out for it, but once he got it past Downs, you had a feeling it was going to get through, and it did. Here's the stretch and the 0-1. And a rip foul past Polo at third. As Downs ran the cutter in, and Marte unable to hit that one fair, 0-2.
Even if that one was foul, the Revs are starting to get more consistent hard contact off of Downs. That was his 90th pitch. Maybe starting to run out of juice. This is the time to get on him.
0-2. And a swing and a miss. He got Marte to chase, and if the gun was right, that fastball was 94 up around the letters. 10th K of the night.
It's tough enough when you got a fastball that can climb the ladder like that, but if it can shimmy up the ladder like it's a Spider-Man, then there's no way you're going to catch up to that one.
Now we've seen Downs at around 90 at times tonight. Haven't seen 94 yet, but that's what it said. Here's Brian Pounds. First offering is a called strike, a two-seamer that tailed back over. Pounds 2 ABs, 2 Ks. But he gets to see the lefty now for a third time. And a move to first. Perez will dance back. Revs with a run on 5 hits. Long Island, no runs on 2 hits. York trying to end a 2-game skid, their first at home all year. 0-1, and a fastball strike called on the outer reach. And that'll put Pounds in the hole.
This is the longest that Tony Pena's had to wait to come back onto the mound all game, and he's still got a healthy pitch count of 75, but how will the few extra minutes affect him?
Now move to first, and Perez back upright again.
Still nobody warming in the York pen. As Pena is about 25 pitches from the century mark there. That's what you judge a regular starting pitcher by. I don't know what that is for a relief pitcher, but Pena's been a starter now for a month.
Now the hold, the 0-2, and a foul out of play, out over the roof, first base side. Well, I'm sure once the 8th inning begins, they'll at least have somebody getting ready for any hiccup that might occur, but he has been fabulous and finally has a lead. Here's the stretch from Downs, setting up in, and another 0-2, swing and a miss, slider bending downward, and that's his 11th strikeout. Third time he's gotten Pounds tonight. One thing that Downs has done very effectively is pitch inside. And tonight, with that wind howling in from left field, you can, every pitcher needs to do it, but he can probably live in there a little bit easier. Here's Josh Wilson with Perez still at first and now 2 outs, and he'll draw another throw. They must think he's Ricky Henderson over there.
Yeah. I mean, you said it about Downs coming inside. He's come inside to Nash in this game. You don't do that in this ballpark if the wind isn't blowing in with a gale force.
Pitch to Wilson, a big swing and a foul tip straight back. He saw one up and pulled the trigger. He's been struck out twice thus far. Mike Pollock in the visiting booth handing us a note that Downs 11 Ks ties his career high. Thanks to Mike for that nugget. Downs has had a great night. Revs, though, have scratched one across. 0-1, and that's upstairs.
And who would have thought it would have been a walk and a balk that all set it up. It was going to take something like that for any of these pitchers to crack tonight.
Down set. 1-1 pitch, and a swing and a pop-up right above the plate. Dowd coming back onto the logo, throws the mask aside, and shifting underneath it, he stays with it to make the catch, and that'll end the inning. But the Revs with the game's first run all night, and it comes on Dre's RBI single. 1 hit, 1 left. We go to the 8th. It's York 1, Long Island nothing.
The more we help the ones in need, the more progress our community will make.
By focusing on quality education, income opportunities, and basic health care,
all of York County can have access to the building blocks of a good quality of life.
Together we can load the bases for our community.
And hit a home run.
Give generously to the 2016 United Way Community Fund.
Find out more and give now at unitedway-york.org.
Does your wealth advisor know how you take your coffee? At Smith, Mayer & Little Wealth Advisory Group, we genuinely get to know our clients, from their interests, goals, and dreams, right down to how they like their coffee. By understanding our clients on a personal level, we help them make wise financial decisions. In us, you will find a trusted confidant dedicated to your financial success. Smith, Mayer & Little, a wealth of knowledge about wealth. Get to know us over a cup of coffee, or visit us at financialjava.com.
Janney Montgomery Scott LLC, member NYSE, FINRA, and SIPC.
Come and celebrate 10 years of York Revolution baseball with the Celebrate York Series presented by Memorial Hospital. The series honors significant contributions from York, Pennsylvania's most notable events and favorite citizens with giveaways every Friday night home game. The series continues on Friday, June 17th with a Bruce Arians Gnome giveaway. Visit YorkRevolution.com for more details. It's the Celebrate York Series, proudly presented by Memorial Hospital for the York Revolution's 10th anniversary season.
Your teams all the time. York's only place for local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Head to the 8th, Revs up 1-0. Tony Pena about to make his 76th pitch as Blake Takoti leads it off. Lefty hitter looks at one outside. The Revs have bullpen activity at the start of the inning, looking to protect a 1-run lead. Takoti a strikeout and a ground ball back to Pena tonight. It'll be the bottom third of the order for Long Island. Now the 1-0. And a swing and a little flare at short. Wilson catches it on the fly. And he was trying to get a read on whether it would die and hit the dirt. He was able to scooch forward and catch it before it hit the ground. 1 down.
And on a backhand, too. That was no gimme by any means. Wind is just playing tricks on everything tonight.
Yeah, that thing came off with some strange spin, and then the wind just chewed it up too. Here's Mike Dowd, who's struck out and flied out. Pena with 1 away here in the 8th. He lifts, fires, and a swing and a trickler foul behind the dish.
7 1/3 innings in now. Darryl, this is the longest outing for a Revs starter all season. 5 times between James Simmons and Kelvin De La Cruz they had gotten to 7. Nobody had ventured into the 8th yet, though.
That's the longtime reliever Tony Pena, who's the first to do it. Here's the 0-1. Swung on, lined at first, and Nash is there. He catches it right along the line. A long line.
Yes, I wasn't going to say it.
2 down. And off the bat, you didn't know if it might have enough height when it first took off to find the outfield, but Nash was there with the outstretched glove.
79 pitches for Pena, just 4 in this inning. They've got DePaula warming up right now, but I don't know if they're going to need him.
Mastery thus far. Here's Anthony Vega, and Pena nods yes. First pitch is right there, a slider for a strike. Vega a strikeout and a bunt single tonight. Long Island with one hit that has left the infield. The Revs with two. Here's the stretch and the 0-1. And a backdoor slider and a called strike. Pena ahead of him. 0-2, trying to finish the 8th. That was his 81st pitch. He looks in, he straightens up, he's ready. And the 0-2 fastball inside. Vega flinching back at 91 in near the hips.
Pena's kept this pitch count so low because he hasn't had a strikeout since the 4th inning. Since the 4th, 7, 11, 9 pitches in the last 3 full innings.
6 Ks the first 4, everything in play since. And a long look in, Vega will ask for time. Bases empty, 2 outs. And Pena set to go. Here is the 1-2. Swing, and he just ticked it. Foul tip behind home. One nothing the lead for the Revs on Andres Perez RBI hit in the 7th. Pena again ready. And another 1-2. Swinging a bouncing ball right side. It's going to find the hole. Dre laid out from second, and it just snuck through into right. So Vega with 2 of Long Island's now 3 hits. And a 2-out base runner as we go back to the top of the order. Phelan Lentini, who's red hot but has been bottled up so far tonight. 12-game hitting streak coming into this one. He's grounded to third base twice and flying out to right the other time. Revs up 1-0. Pena now at 84 pitches, which is 2 shy of what he did in 5 innings in his last start. And now into his stretch. First offering to Lentini is launched high in the air and shallow left. Wilson out from short. Repko in from left, and he's got it. Tony Pena through 8 shutout innings. What a start here tonight. A 2-out single given up, and that's all. 8 masterful innings as he marches off to the dugout, and the Revs with a 1-0 lead as we go to the bottom of the 8th.
Wednesdays are the worst. I've got to get the kids to school in time, to get to work, then it's just one long day of meetings. But hey, at least I don't have to worry about making dinner.
Kids eat free with People's Bank. Save money at every Wednesday home game.
So now when the Revs are in town, I just pull into a People's Bank, pick up that week's coupon, and dinner is done. Revolution Wednesdays? Awesome. Revolution!
Thanks to People's Bank, kids eat free at every Wednesday home game. No need to be a People's Bank customer. Just pick up your coupon at any People's Bank branch and do dinner at People's Bank Park. 1 coupon per child per game.
Payne doesn't take Sunday off. Neither do we. We're open weekdays 8 to 8 and weekends 9 to 6. Just walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics, 2319 South George Street in York, across from the Apple Hill Health Campus. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today.
Struggling to find quality IT help for your business? Tired of being sold solutions from companies helping their bottom line more than yours? Sick of your calls being answered overseas? SoCo Business Solutions is your answer to maintain your current environment, redesign your infrastructure, provide local responsive support, and keep your data safe. Contact SoCo at 717-505-8080 and let us be your IT solutions provider. That's 717-505-8080 or online at SoCoBusinessSolutions.com.
The Revolution plays here. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Hip, hip. Hip, hip.
Bottom of the 8th, and the story tonight for the Revs, Tony Pena, who's through 8 scoreless. Darren Downs will exit for Long Island after 7 as right-hander Bruce Kern takes over. The Revs do have Mike DeMarc getting ready for the 9th. We'll see which direction they go. Pena has been absolutely spectacular. Michael Rocket will be the first to face the righty reliever Kern. And his first pitch of the night is swung on and fouled away. Rocket 0 for 2, did line out his last time up.
Final numbers on Downs. 11 strikeouts matches a career high for him. 1 run on 5 hits in 7 innings, 1 walk, 98 pitches.
That's pretty good. Pitch to Rocket is fouled away again, right side. 0-2, the count will be followed by Repko and Tejeda here in the bottom of the 8th. Long Island in the 9th will have 2, 3, and 4 due up. The Revs will have to face the heart of their order. 0-2, and a breaking ball swung on and missed. Big sweeping hook from Kern, and that's out number 1. Kern has made 4 starts, 7th relief outing. He's 0-1 with a .332 earned run average for the year. Returning member of their staff from last year. Here's Jason Repko at the top of the order, 2 for 3 with an infield hit and a bunt hit. Revs up 1-0 in the 8th. Pitch to Repko, a fastball and a strike called, and that draws a look back from him. He thought it was down and maybe in. He's got 2 of the Revs' 5 hits. 4th game back from the hammy. 0-1, and it's away. They appeal on the check, and he did hold off, asking down at first base. Tim Detweiler with the safe call from there. Kern the pitch, and a swing and a ball tip foul as Repko fell to a knee at home plate, and he'll readjust the shin guard on his front foot.
They've got DeMarc warming in the pen. I have to think you have to send Pena out at least to start the 9th. If he gets into trouble, I think the debate is if he gives up 1 hit or 2, do you bring DeMarc in?
1-2, and a swing and a miss, a fastball away at 94. So Kern with 2 Ks, and the Revs will try to win on a night where they've now struck out 13 times. I don't see Pena on the top step. I think he's sitting, which might mean that he is still in this thing.
Trying to collect his own thoughts. Revs, meanwhile, their highest strikeout total on the season was 17 against Bridgeport back on May 3rd. That was an 11-inning game.
Also a win.
Yes.
Here's Isaiah Tejeda, who will take a little time before digging in. He's 1 for 3 with an infield hit. Kern the pitch, and a check swing on a slider. They appeal this, and he held. And it's ball 1. In the 9th inning for Long Island, Lyons, Gotye, and Colvin. The 1-0. And a fastball over at the knees for a strike. Kern brings it, and that one at 93. Seen a couple of 94s from him tonight. Signed by the Royals in the offseason after pitching for Long Island last year. He was in spring training with KC. And this one is tapped foul behind the plate, 1-2. Revs up 1-0, bottom of the 8th. Kern with 5 years in the Rockies system previously. From Long Island, he went to St. John's. Well, into his stretch. Pitch is a breaking ball, swung on and missed. Hard hook. And strikeout number 14 for the Ducks as a staff tonight. 1-2-3 inning as a Ducks pitcher has struck out the side for the 3rd time. But it's the Revs with a 1-0 lead, and it is Mike DeMarc who's making his way in as we go to the 9th.
Kids today, with Facebook, texting, TV, and video games, seems like fresh air and sunshine are things of the past. Remember playing catch, climbing trees, wholesome backyard fun? Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care remembers, give them lush grass, healthy trees, the good old outdoors. American is baseball and apple pie. Kids have every reason to stay inside. Don't let your lawn be one of them. Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care, world-class care right in your backyard. 717-292-9994.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called People's Bank Park. People's Bank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at People's Bank Park. People's Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
What if I told you your family of 4 could have an all-inclusive outing for only $55? The York Revolution are telling you that right now. The Family Fun Pack includes 4 flexible ticket vouchers to be used whenever you'd like, 4 food vouchers for hot dogs, chips, and drinks, 2 playground wristbands, and a parking pass. Again, $55. Have more than 4 in your family? Additional tickets and food vouchers are only $10. Buy online at YorkRevolution.com, over the phone at 801-HITS, or in person at the Apple Chevrolet ticket office.
Your home for Revolution Baseball. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Head of the 9th inning, it's Mike DeMarc who's in. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. And the Revs with a 1-0 lead. They've lost 2 1-0 games this season. Dan Lyons will lead it off here in the 9th. 2, 3, and 4 due up. And DeMarc with the pitch. It's inside at 93. Lions, a pop-up, a line out to left, and a fly out to left here tonight. Tony Pena just magnificent. Here's the 1-0. Swung on. Oh, a line drive caught by Mike DeMarc. And that's the first out of the 9th inning. Beebe hit back to the mound, and DeMarc reaches down and spears it in the pocket of his glove. What a grab for the first out. It looked headed up the middle. It did have some slice, but hit hard. And if not DeMarc, it would have been all but certainly a leadoff hit. Here's Ruben Gotay. Batting from the left, the switch hitter. He takes a fastball strike. Gotay, a walk, a single, and a ground out tonight. DeMarc with 14 saves, which leads the league. 17 outings. The 0-1, fastball strike. Outside corner at 95. Pena went 8 scoreless, 3 hits. 1 walk, 6 Ks, 85 pitches, 64 strikes. Here's the stretch, the 0-2. Strike 3 called! DeMarc sits him down, and that's out number 2 here in the 9th inning. He blistered that thing right in there, and Gotay down looking, and he knew it. DeMarc right at him for the second out. And he picks up a save tonight. He will tie Michael Nix for 6th in Revs history. He's going for the 18th of his Revs career. And Isaiah Tejeda had an issue with his catcher's mitt. Maybe DeMarc broke it. Joel Guzman bringing him the backup. So it'll be DeMarc against Tyler Colvin, with the Revs trying to finish a gem. Colvin 0 for 3. And DeMarc the pitch, down and away. Colvin a strikeout, a deep fly out in center, and a ground out to first. DeMarc ready. The 1-0. Swing and a miss on a fastball. Boy, is he electric or what? Following Tony Pena, who was lights out all night. Now DeMarc, the high stretch. The 1-1, and it just missed away. You can hear the fans, they're hanging on this. Better than 3,100 tonight, 3,144. DeMarc, the 2-1, and it missed away. If Colvin reaches, Cody Puckett waits on deck. Revs are trying to end a 2-game skid. Now DeMarc ready. And a 3-1. Swing, and he jammed him. Ground ball, right side. Nash gloves. He flips, and DeMarc is there, and the game's over. The Revs win 1-0 here tonight. Tony Pena, 8 shutout innings. And Mike DeMarc with his 15th save. 1-0 on a combined 3-hit shutout. And an absolute masterpiece here at Peoples Bank Park tonight. The game is over already here at 8:45. It took 2 hours and 11 minutes. And the pitchers were that good tonight. And Tony Pena, a run better than the opposition. 5-0, tying a Revs record to start a season. Andres Perez drives in the only run. And Mike DeMarc comes in to slam the door. And boy, did he ever. Ties Michael Nix for 6th in Revs history in saves. Will DeBoer's got Tony Pena down in the field. Let's go there now.
All right, Darryl, Tony Pena, 8 shutout innings on just 85 pitches. Man, what was working for you so well tonight?
Wow, it's everything great tonight. My arm feel good, and we throw a lot of 2-seam pitches. That's making my good game today.
Completely different games as you pitched in the first 4 innings and the last 4. You got 6 strikeouts in your first 4 innings, and then none at all in the last 4 there. Were you conscious of that, or can you just take me through that?
Sometimes we different. We no pitch started for a long time, so we started the go easy inning. So we find out the home play. So today is a good day.
You wanted to be a starter here. You were a reliever for quite a while here. As the water comes now. What does it mean to you? Thank you, Talvin, to be in this situation, to make the most of it.
So, everything is go right at face, pitch, strike. Just help me today so a lot. So, but I say my 2-seam is they can hit today.
It sure worked today, Tony. Thanks. Congratulations.
No problem, thanks.
Darryl, on the anniversary of that Rami Lewis shutout, Tony Pena comes an inning shy, and Mike DeMarc locks it down. They make it rain, and what a show it was. Back to you.
Thank you, Will. It rained on you yet again. Tony Pena, our Griffith, Strickler, Lerman, Salamis, and Calkins player of the game tonight, and Tyrell Harris and Talvin Nash. Who else? The Splash Brothers sneaking up from behind. I honestly don't know how Will didn't see it, but he was so locked in on that interview, and they got him too. But Pena just tremendous tonight. Your GSLSC player of the game as the Revs win it 1-0 here at Peoples Bank Park. In regular season play, it is their 8th 1-0 win all time, and their first since June 29th of last year when Logan Williamson beat Roy Merritt of Sugarland 1-0. Jacob Calderon had a 7th inning home run for the only run in that one. Tonight it was a 7th inning single up the middle, and the Revs all-time hits leader Andres Perez, and Tony Pena matching Lorenzo Barcelo from 2011 as the only Revs to start seasons with 5-0 records on the hill. 1-0 is your final tonight. What a gem this was. Stay tuned. Post-game show follows next.
Tennis used to be a very polite game. Today, tennis...
Ace.
raises a racket.
Flying Feet.
The style, the play, and the players are intense, athletic, and hard-charging. Flying Feet Sports Shoes welcomes the evolution of tennis and its battling players with a full line of specialty tennis shoes worthy of the new game. These aren't stand-around, look-pretty shoes. These are co-conspirators for the court. Shoes that will endure opponent after opponent, match after match.